This evening, we're going to be starting the meeting with our inauguration of our newest members and saying goodbye to some board members and student representatives. So for those of you who have never been to an inauguration or not sure how things are going to work tonight, I'm going to try to be really explicit in giving directions to what's happening and what we're doing next. But if at any time people have questions, just raise your hand and we will get through it together. We are meeting in a hybrid format, but I'm not sure. I don't think we have anybody joining us virtually tonight. Board member Biliou is ill tonight and will not be in attendance. But let's go ahead and start with Deputy Superintendent Townsend. Will you please call the roll of the current board members?
Good evening, everybody. Member Biliou, Vice Chair Bondo.
Present.
Member Bryden.
Here.
Member Figdor.
Here.
Member Grant. Here. Member Opperman.
Here.
Member Russell Better.
Here.
Member Youssef.
Here.
Member Ellis.
Here.
Member Hemon.
Here.
Member McLaughlin. Member Santiago. And Chair Lenz.
Here. Thank you very much. And now we have the pleasure, we're going to listen to a recording of the Star Spangled Banner, which was performed by the Portland High School Orchestra under the direction of Mrs. Julianne Eberl. Thank you. And actually, we're going to go right into the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you want us to remain standing, you can. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to
the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The Portland Public Schools recognizes the original inhabitants of the land on which our city and schools stand. The Wolastoqiyik or Maliseet, Micmac, Penobscot, and Passamaquoddy tribes, known collectively as the Wabanaki Confederacy or People of the Dawn Land. We are honored to have Wabanaki children among our students today, and as a district, we are committed to making the past, present, and future of Wabanaki peoples visible in our schools and classrooms. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to talk for a little bit and then I'll give remarks about or give directions about where people need to move and kind of what is happening up here. And I'm going to just open us up with a little bit of reflection about this past year. So when I think about this past year, I think about a quote from Brian Stevenson, who's the founder and executive director of the Equal Justice Initiative. He says, always do the right thing, even when the right thing is the hard thing. This year has been full of opportunities to do the right thing, but my goodness, the right thing has often been the hard thing, as often is the case when deep in equity work. From rebuilding payroll and other systems to navigating hiring a new superintendent to implementing a new high school preference policy to creating and passing our budget to opening our new and improved schools to centering recruiting and hiring practices that will help us make the racial diversity among staff representative of our students. All of these things have been hard and right. We as a community have approached these hard things with care, intention, and transparency. We have worked through these challenges together, and I am incredibly grateful. Specifically, I'm incredibly grateful to our community, the families of our students, and the people that live in Portland for contributing so much this year. From budget workshops to listening sessions with the new superintendent, to the superintendent search, to the hundreds of emails that you've sent us over the course of this last year. Thank you. To our students, thank you. Thank you for speaking the truth to us and pressing us to do better. I'm grateful to our union leadership, who aren't in the room yet, but will be soon, for fearlessly representing their members while creating deep and meaningful relationships with others across the district. I'm thankful to our central office staff, who work tirelessly to make our systems better and to support the people within our district as much as they can. To our building leadership, who provide an incredible connection from what we do here in this room to what happens in the classroom. To our teachers and our classroom staff, who show up every day and love our children so deeply and provide excellent instruction and support. To our multilingual staff, who create pathways to inclusivity and belonging and often are providing basic needs to many of our students and families. To our mental health staff, who are supporting our students who are navigating so much as they recover from the pandemic and just have life in general. And to all of our other staff who keep things clean and organized and functioning and make sure our young people are fed every day. To our Deputy Superintendent Townsend, for his fierce loyalty to this district, our people and community, for stepping into even more leadership in this past year, an extremely challenging time, and for leading so gracefully and collaboratively. Thank you. To Dr. Ryan Scallon, who from his first interview has shown a clear vision for our district that builds upon our incredible strengths and scaffolds our challenges. Thank you. To all of the board members that sit around this table, who give up hours of their time to be in meetings and to be in their communities, listening to parents and their peers and young people and amplifying what they hear to change policies and practices to make our district better. Thank you. That includes our student reps, who are the best. I just want to thank our board members' families and children who give up so much so that their family members can be here and participate. I explicitly would like to call out my child Finley, who has not seen me in several weeks, and but also knows that what I'm doing is for the best for our community. I just say this thanks because it's so important to recognize all the pieces of our community that are working together to make our district better. We were able to navigate this past year because of the ways that everyone in this room showed up, gave grace to one another, and engaged in making this district the best it can be. We have a way to go. This next year will be incredibly hard as well, but I'm so thankful to get to do this work alongside all of you. And with that, I would now like to recognize some outgoing board members. So first we have board members Russell Better and Yusuf. Yes, I can't even look at y'all. True district fashion. We have these beautiful prints. I'm gonna put them here and then you can get them when you leave with us. And board member Russell Better, thank you so much for your service, for always centering students' best interests, for showing up with your heart center, and just listening so deeply to everybody that talks to you and working so hard even when it felt like it was too hard. So thank you. Thank you. And board member Yusuf, it has been an absolute joy to create a relationship with you and to work with you this year. Your integrity, your authenticity is inspiring to me. And you are one of the people this year who I would reflect on my actions thinking, how would Yusuf respond to this? Because I felt like you always were giving me such great feedback and insight into how to be a better leader. So thank you for everything you've given to this board and the district. And I would just open it up to any other board members if you wanted to offer a word of thanks to either of these board members? Go for it.
Thank you, Chair. It's not easy. Two friends, and then I think I can just start with Yusuf. And I think when you call me and ask me, a mentorship, and it was something really touched me a lot because of the trust then you have built on, in me, and the way we've been working together to see the lens of us, and the lens of a diversity, a lens of different perspectives, a lens of equity, a lens where our students are coming all together. And I think you have showed the leadership, and I truly respect, and I'm going to miss you, but I know you just right in the corner so I can reach out all the time. So, Aura, the thing that I can say is that I've been all the time look at you, and I just want to be more emotional. Look at you, how calm you used to be. And then I say, just to reflect on your answers and your wisdom, when you led the policy and curriculum committee, is about what the policy is about and the values, what those policy will have impact in our children is in a more a broad and inclusive way. So I just want to wish you the best, and make sure that you take care of yourself. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Vice Chair Bando. Anyone else? Yeah, go ahead.
I think I'm going to miss these two people for lots of reasons because of their guidance on the committee and all. The kindness and love that Aura shows, the humor and quiet wisdom that Yusuf shows, and it has made my first year on this board better in so many ways.
Thank you, Board Member Opperman. Wonderful. I feel like these comments have really encapsulated both of you and your service to this district. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're going to recognize some student board representatives, and then I'll give you these beautiful pictures, and then we'll have you move to the audience. So Student Representative Ellis, you're phenomenal. I cannot wait to see how you take over the world. Or actually, you wouldn't take over the world. You would work with people to make changes in the world. And I cannot wait to see what that looks like. Your contributions to this board have been so thoughtful and important. So thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. And Student Representative Hemond, you're incredible as well. I feel like we so lucked out having both of you on this board. Your insight into what's happening into the district and how we can be better has been phenomenal and priceless. And I just hope you continue to bring your voice to wherever you are to make changes that you know are right. And if anybody else would like to add thanks to the student reps, please go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to say thank you so much to both Joe and Kaden. I think the thing that is your time on the board that I've most been left with has just been there are moments when you have each shown courage and have very powerfully spoken out in support of your schools and the students and students who are marginalized in your schools and who deserve more. And so that is never easy. And I just salute you both. I want to thank you for your time and commitment. And really this board has been better in the past year because of your contributions. So thank you. Thanks to both of you. Mm-hmm. And I know I'll still hear about Kaden because he's on the swim team now with my daughter. So look forward to the swim season.
Awesome. Beautiful. Anyone else? And just the other student reps that couldn't be here with us, we're also grateful for everything that they have contributed, and we'll make sure to get their gifts to them so that they can be recognized. So with that, I'm going to have all of you stand, and Oh, yes, please. Board Member Youssef, go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Since we have time until 6 p.m., so
I totally forgot. I'm sorry.
very quick.
And Board Member Russell Better also wanted to say a couple of words. I apologize. I was going too fast in my head. Go ahead.
Oh, bro, you want to go on? Thank you. Thank you so much. I just want to appreciate the work that we did together. And I write a little bit. So, dear respect members of the school board, esteemed faculty and staff, colleagues, and community members. As I stand before you today on the cusp of completing my term as a member of this esteemed school board, I'm filled with profound gratitude and sense of reflection. It's with immense honor and humility that I express my sincere thanks to the community for entrusting me with the privilege of serving in this capacity. I am so grateful. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the entire community for their unwavering support and encouragement throughout my term. Your dedication to the betterment of our educational system has been the cornerstone of our success. Your trust and belief in the work we have accomplished together have been the driving force behind our achievements. Your feedback, emails, and in-person meetings made me a better leader, and I am so thankful. I want to express my deepest gratitude to the teachers and staff who tirelessly dedicated themselves to educating our future generations. Your unwavering commitment to providing a nurturing and inspiring learning environment has been the backbone of our educational excellence. Your passion and dedication have not gone unnoticed, and the impact you have had on countless lives will resonate for years to come. I would be remiss to not acknowledge the invaluable support and the collaboration of my fellow board members. Your understanding and shared commitment to the betterment of our schools and community have been the instrumental in fostering an environment of collaboration and progress. Despite the challenges, our collective effort and shared vision have brought about positive change and laid the foundation for a promising future and our educational institutions. Furthermore, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the true reason we are all here, gathered here today, the students. In the face of unprecedented challenges, you have exemplified resilience, adaptability, and determination. Your unwavering spirit and thirst for knowledge have been the driving force behind our collective achievements. It has been an honor and a privilege to witness your growth and development, and I am confident that you will continue to flourish and success in all your future endeavors. As I step down from this position, I carry with me cherished memories of collaborative efforts. The countless milestones we achieved, the challenges we endured, and the unwavering spirit of this remarkable community. Our collective dedication and perseverance have laid the ground for a brighter future. In closing, I extend my sincere appreciation to each and every one of you. It has been an incredible journey, one that I will have held close to my heart. I am grateful for the opportunity to serve, and I look forward to witnessing the continued progress and success of our educational institutions and the brighter future of our students. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Board Member Youssef. Board Member Russell Better.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Board Member Youssef.
Oh.
Thank you, everyone. It's definitely with mixed emotions this evening that I hope to just share a few reflections on the privilege of serving on the board these last few years. This dynamic board that has such a breadth of life experience and expertise, our amazing students, the talented, dedicated PPS staff I've had the pleasure of working with, and of course, the wonderful students have all been great teachers for me. A couple of the pieces of work I just wanted to highlight that I'm proud of our work as a district is I almost have gotten to see the completion of all 4 of our elementary schools, Lyseth and Presumpscot, and we're very close to Longfellow and Reiki being completed. And just to get to watch that process from a parent that was engaged in my little community to being on the board and watching that happen has been really a huge experience for me that is very altering to my future work, I'm sure, in other ways in the world. And another highlight I just wanted to throw out there was participating in the process of hiring our superintendent, Dr. Scallon, which I believe was a very positive decision for our district and was a really wonderful collaborative process that I got to participate in. A couple other things I just wanted to reflect on is much of the time that both Member Youssef and I served on the board was in the first couple of years post-COVID. And so we both started on the board in late 2020, just as hybrid school was coming back. Students were coming back and staff were coming back in person. And I was just reflecting on watching the incredible challenges that staff, students, and families navigated to serve our students during that time, from food service workers making and delivering meals to community sites to getting technology up and going for students to be able to learn remotely, to the nurses, Herculean efforts of testing and keep making sure that our students and staff were safe and healthy, to our committed teachers, ed techs, central offices, managing of the big decision making within the context of not great options at times. And just in witnessing and being a parent myself during that time, I really got to see the level of creativity and remarkable resilience in this community. And it was really, as a whole, culture dealing with this unprecedented and awe-inspiring. A couple other things I wanted to reflect on is just one of the highlights of my work has been connecting with our student reps. When I see our incredible young people, our emerging leaders, I feel so much hope and optimism in this challenging world that we live in with such complex problems. I feel so, as I said, optimistic about them taking on these problems because of their wonderful education they've had here in Portland schools and their opportunities to lead. And I see them, what they're doing every day in their schools, and just very proud and happy to be able to get to know these leaders this year. A couple of things that I'm really hopeful about that are coming up, just to tell the community. The work of our high school alignment, our 5-year strategic plan. I'm so encouraged by this work and the work to build our data systems and to shore up our operations, which is not always the most shiny of endeavors to work on, but is so critical to moving forward our collective goals as a district. I want to thank my family. As Chair Lentz pointed out, it takes a village to get school board members to meetings who especially are raising young children. My husband Pete and my girls Shay and Sky have managed many a night with me being away and not available while I'm attending meetings here and virtually. And I just want to say we need more parents and busy people to serve. And so I just want to say, please, anyone listening tonight and wondering about running for office, please know that you can. And anyone here would be happy to talk to you and encourage you. We need to take turns because it is a lift, but I think having the diverse voices of many in our community is critical to doing this good work. And then lastly, a couple of thanks. I just wanted to thank my Presumpscot school community, which were the people who inspired me to run for office several years ago when I first got involved as a parent in organizing work. So the staff and students and families there are, I give deep thanks to them. And I just wanted to lastly encourage the participation. This democracy that we function within takes lots of participation. And I just want to throw out there that there's so many ways that people can participate. Coming to meetings, of course, via Zoom, but emailing us, like Chair Lentz mentioned, emailing the school board, reaching out to ask to have meetings with school board members, following what we're doing on the website to see what's coming up. There's deep work happening all across our school district. And I think we need the engagement of a cross-section of the community to really get to our best problem solving. So I also encourage the board, as Vice Chair Bondo has done in our Public Affairs Committee, to continue to have informal conversations with our students, staff, and families to really have that open line of communication regarding the work we're doing as a district to create a rigorous, meaningful, connected educational opportunity for all of our students. So lastly, my heartfelt thanks to district leadership, Superintendent Scallon and Deputy Superintendent Townsend, for the great work you lead on day in and day out, all of our central office staff and leaders in our buildings, our staff, our teachers, our bus drivers, our food service workers. I appreciate you. I see the work you do day in and day out. And to my District 4 community and all of Portland, it's been an absolute honor to serve my community. I wish Member Noor and Member Ali and all the continuing board members the very best in this coming year and the years to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Board Member Russell Better. Okay, so now I'm really going to give you these big, and I'll have the new adult board members come up. I'll formally introduce you, and then Ashley, if you want to come up as well, come on over. You too, board member. Here you go.
Picture time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, pictures. Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. And then we're going to have at-large member, new member, Yusira Ali, come on up. We have District 5, Sarah Bryden, who was reelected. And then we have District 4, Fatuma Noor. So come on up, and you're going to stand right in front of the podium here looking at Ashley Rand, who's our city clerk. Beautiful. And so Ashley is going to give you all the oath. So just follow her directions.
All right, I'm going to have you all raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of this state, so long as I shall continue a citizen thereof, and that I will faithfully discharge, to the best of my abilities, the duties incumbent on me as a Portland Board of Education member, according to the Constitution, laws of the state, and the ordinances of the city of Portland. Congratulations.
Beautiful. So now, you're going to take board member Russell Better's seat. Thank you. And then Sarah, you're going to go right down here.
Bye-bye.
Beautiful. All right. Welcome, new board members. While they're getting settled, I'm going to go ahead and call up our new student representatives. So from a Portland Adult Education, we have Julie Dove Kantiba. Come on up. And Adelina Kunku. I will work on any correct pronunciations that I need to. We also have Portland Arts and Technology High School. We have Riley Knight. We have Casco Bay High School. Yeah, watch. Henry's going to tell us where to stand here. So Casco Bay High School, we have Jaden Montiero Rosado. We have Deering High School, Chai Muriu. I'll work on it, I promise. Come on up. Okay. Did we get everybody? How did I miss Charlotte? I apologize. Charlotte, come on up. This is Charlotte McDonald from Portland High School. And maybe can people scoot in just a little bit too? There you go. Perfect. All right, Ashley, take it away.
All right, everybody raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of this state, so long as I shall continue a citizen thereof, and that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my abilities the duties incumbent on me as a student representative according to the Constitution, laws of this state, and the ordinances of the city of Portland. Congratulations.
Actually, we have two Portland Adult Ed folks. All right, so students, you're going to find your name tags over here. So you can find and it may be behind a nameplate. Yeah. But just to note, we have two students from Portland Adult Ed who are kind of figuring out who is going to be our permanent reps, but they wanted to come and get some experience first. Beautiful. Welcome.
Thank
you. This is awesome.
It's like a full line. I love it.
Yeah. So good, right? Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to move into our first roll call with this board of 2023-2024. And then we're going to do the election of board leadership for this next year. Then I'll have a few more remarks. I promise they'll be short. And then we'll take a recess where everybody can be with their family, get some snacks, anything that they need to do to have a little bit of celebration for this. So with that, Deputy Superintendent. Okay, first time, let's call the roll with this new board.
Right.
And actually, if anybody has never participated in a roll call, when he calls your name, you say present or here. Beautiful.
Great. Member Ali,
Present.
Member Bilyeu, Vice Chair Bondo,
Present.
Member Bryden,
Here.
Member Figdor,
Here.
Member Grant,
Here.
Member Noor,
Here.
Member Opperman,
Here.
Member Kintiba,
Here.
Member Knight,
Here.
Member McDonald,
Here.
Member Rosado,
Here.
Member Muria,
Here.
Member Nkunku,
Here.
great, and Chair Lentz.
Nkunku? Nkunku. Yes, did we get it right? Okay, we got it. Beautiful. And I'm here also. Just to make it official. Okay, so up next we have the election of the chair and the vice chair for 2023-2024. We're going to start with the election of chair and then move on to vice chair. So up first, we have consideration and action to take nominations for the Portland Board of Public Education chairperson for the 2023-2024 school year. So is there a motion to nominate someone? Yes, Board Member Grant.
I move to nominate Sarah Lentz to be chair for the next school board, and I'd like to speak to my motion when the time is right.
Thank you, Board Member Grant. And for this portion, we don't actually need a second on a motion. Are there any other nominations? So seeing none, I'm going to close nominations. Board Member Grant, go ahead and speak to the nomination if you'd like.
Thank you. I just want to offer a few brief thoughts in conjunction with this nomination. Sort of the context for my thinking is shaped by attending the City Council inaugural last night of several new members and the new mayor of the city. I felt very powerfully the dichotomy between hearing outgoing members talk about their past work and the incoming mayor talk about a real changing of the guard, as it were, at City Hall. And I felt the difference coming into tonight that I get to renominate our leader, because we get to really continue, I think, a really good pathway that this board has been on in the last year. And in one person, we can both recognize the successes that we've had in addressing very significant challenges in the schools, but also embrace what I believe to be an unwavering and unchanging commitment that we have on this board that drives all of our work. While the faces may have changed, the commitment we have to the students and the values we have that we want to bring to the school system remains unchanged. And in fact, I think we're rededicated to that mission. Another reminder I had last night of the work we have in front of us in hearing the remarks at the City Council was that while they are heartfelt and I'm hopeful for the future of the city, the council did not mention schools or children or education in their remarks. I think we know from the past year that our work is in part breaking down the silos in this city that I think hold us in some ways back. So to me, that really laid bare the challenge that we have in advancing a new strategic plan that is truly the project of all the citizens of Portland and not just the school department, even though we are the ones that make many of those decisions. Which leads me back to where we started, and that's renominating Sarah Lentz to be the chair. I think that work has been started admirably and well by Chair Lentz, and I am certain that it will continue in many great ways in the coming year. So for that reason, I recommend to my colleagues that you support my nomination. Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Grant. Are there any questions on the motion? Any board discussion? Okay, then by roll call vote, please indicate whether you support me, Sarah Lentz, as the chairperson for the 2023-24 year. And this vote is a little bit different. Instead of saying yes, you say the person's name that you're voting for. So in this case, that would be Sarah Lentz. Or you can abstain. That's another choice that you have as well. Deputy Superintendent Townsend, will you please call the roll?
Member Ali,
Sarah Lentz.
Member Vice Chair Bondo,
Sarah Lentz.
Member Bryden,
Sarah Lentz.
Member Figdor,
I abstain.
Member Grant,
Sarah Lentz.
Member Noor,
Sarah Lentz.
Member Opperman,
Sarah Lentz.
Member Kentiba,
Sarah Lentz.
Member Knight,
Abstain.
Member McDonald,
Sarah Lentz.
Member Rosado,
Sarah Lentz.
Member Muria,
I abstain.
Member Nkunku,
Sarah Lentz.
and and Chair Lentz.
Thank you, Sarah Lentz. So the vote passes. I'm not going to try to recount the votes, but they're in the record. Thank you all. I am incredibly honored to get to do this again. And we have to do it together. So thank you all. And now I'm going to open the floor to nominations for the 2023-2024 vice chairperson. Yes, Board Member Opperman.
Thank you, Chair. It is my pleasure to nominate Mickey Bondo as Vice Chair of the Portland Public School Board.
Thank you for that nomination. Are there any other nominations? All right, I'm going to close nominations. Board Member Opperman, would you like to speak to your nomination?
Yes, please. Not as eloquent as Member Grant, but I do want to say that working with Mickey on the board has been enlightening. Even before I became a member of the board a year ago, I believed her to be a crucial board member, able to ask probing questions regarding student success and academically and socially. So particularly, Member Bondo is a scientist. And to me, that is a very important aspect of rational thinking. And as such, she always asks for evidence of effectiveness of Portland Public School policies. So, moreover, Mickey is a leader in the community, and she has been an active parent throughout her time in Portland. And her commitment as a 5-year board member is advantageous, and having been a positive vice chair this past year, I know she will lead the public school board in establishing policy that will improve student outcomes, support educators, and be fiscally responsible to the community.
Thank you, Board Member Opperman. Are there any questions on this motion? Any board discussion? I will just offer that it would be an incredible honor to get to lead with you again for another year, Ms. Bondo.
Thank you, Chair.
Then by roll call vote, please indicate whether you support Mickey Bondo as the vice chairperson for 2023-2024 year. Again, we have to state the name of the person you're voting for, so it will be Mickey Bondo, or abstaining. So go ahead and call the roll, please.
Member Ali,
Mickey Bondo.
Vice Chair Bondo,
Mickey Bondo.
Member Bryden,
Mickey Bondo.
Member Figdor,
Mickey Bondo.
Member Grant,
Mickey Bondo.
Member Noor,
Mickey Bondo.
Member Opperman,
Mickey Bondo.
Member Kintiba,
Mickey Bondo.
Member Knight,
Mickey Bondo.
Member McDonald,
Mickey Bondo.
Member Rosado,
Mickey Bondo.
Member Muria,
Mickey Bondo.
Member Ninkunku,
Mickey Bondo.
and Chair Lentz.
Mickey Bondo. So that is unanimous. Mickey, congratulations, you're vice chair.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you. And I think we're going for one more year. Let's go make it happen. Thank you.
I feel like we're on a sports team all of a sudden. I love it. Okay, and now we get to listen to some more beautiful music. So we have the overture. Oh man, I didn't practice the pronunciation of this. Die Fledermaus by Johann Strauss, arranged by Richard Meyer and performed by the Portland High School Orchestra under the direction of Mrs. Julianne Eberall. Beautiful. Thank you, Portland High School Orchestra. And now I just have a couple more remarks and then cupcakes. As we move into this next year, I wanted to remind us of our mission. So our mission is the Portland Public Schools are responsible for ensuring a challenging, relevant, and joyful education that empowers every learner to make a difference in the world. We build relationships among families, educators, and the community to promote the healthy development and academic achievement of every learner. This is our task at hand. And as I mentioned before, it's going to take everyone in this room and in our community to get us there. This year also presents incredible challenges. We are facing a tremendous budget deficit, While we don't know the exact number until we understand what our state funding looks like, we do know that we'll have at least a $10 million deficit. This comes from the end of our ESSER for federal funding that was related to COVID, increased costs, and decreased funding from the state. Right now, we're in the process of working with the city and community on a budget that will meet these needs and the needs of our district. We're actively creating a strategic plan that will inform this work, and Superintendent Scallon led a rigorous process to create 4 objectives for this year that will also impact how we prioritize prioritize resources in our budget. These priorities are: we are one team with common goals, mission, and values. Objective number 2, we are growing our capacity to ensure the achievement of all students, starting with our historically marginalized students. Objective number 3, we provide students with a challenging, relevant, and joyful education that prepares and empowers our students to pursue their dreams. And finally, we have organizational coherence. Our systems work, save time, and allow us to focus on outcomes for our students. This work will be hard, but it is the right work to move our district to where it needs to be. But as I mentioned before, we need all of us in this room to participate, to use our incredible strengths, to give one another grace, and to do what is right, even if it is hard. Thank you for being here tonight for this inauguration.